Hey, I'm Mike.
Hey, I'm Chris.
This is Mike and Chris Reloaded. And today we got part 2 of E3.
Part 2 of... part 2 equal... That sounds confusing, man.
RDD2?
The second version of E3? No. No, anal...
E3 squared?
Carry the 2 divided by...
E3 divided?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about E3 again, okay?
1.5.
Second half.
And we're going to start off with Ubisoft. Ubisoft. What did you think about Ubisoft, Trent?
I liked it. I think it was actually the best show.
What was so great about
it? They kept the games rolling, but the thing is, I don't know. South Park, I love the first game, Stick of Truth, so I was really excited to see the Fractured Butthole with a release date. They had a few, they had a Switch game, they didn't dwell on it too long. And they had a VR game, they didn't dwell on it, Bethesda was dwelling on it. They put games out there, they had their developers out there talking about them, and there was great pacing with them, and the demos are pretty good of each game. We also had Far Cry 5, Assassin's Creed Origins, and Assassin's Creed, I know a lot of people are like, oh, another Assassin's Creed. I actually like 2 and Brotherhood are my favorite. And recent years, they haven't been so great, but I like the direction of Origins, the Egypt setting, the origins, obviously, of the Assassins and the Templar War and all that. Far Cry 5 looked pretty good, like the American setting. A lot of people are rumoring the whole Western deal. I wasn't into that, to be honest, because they have Call of Juarez, so it's like, why? Just forget about that property.
I know, and the South Park game, the Fractured Butthole, it's a totally different
game mechanics?
Game mechanics, too.
They had to
change
change
everything.
Yep, they're changing everything on it. What Kent's burning here because I know he's an Assassin's Creed fan.
Well, look, it looked great in its stunning 4K because the version I saw was part of the Microsoft thing, but I caught the video on it. But I did catch some of it on the Ubisoft as well. My big question: giant monsters. There was a giant cobra.
There was a giant octopus in Assassin's Creed 2.
Was it?
Yeah, it was at the end.
Wow.
He's
I
like
thought they just got Tomb Raider confused and just, slapped an assassin cloak on
Assassin's Tomb Raider?
The giant snake kind of threw me, but other than that, it did look solid.
I thought you said vagina snake.
Mike,
or vagina snake. I was thinking
anal, vagina. Wait, what are you talking about?
I did. You're
a married man.
What did you watch?
dude?
XXX3.
Erotic 3.
There you go.
Vagina's a PG word, so I can say it.
It's medical.
I've never heard that on the lamb before.
Sorry.
No, thank you.
I didn't mean to cut you off, King. Go ahead.
Oh, no, there wasn't too much more with that. I mean, it does look like a title. It does look like Assassin's Creed. I'm sure there may be some different fight mechanics. Maybe not.
The gameplay, they said, is a lot more challenging. I think there's a stamina system as well as there's the boss fights have been improved. They're actually challenging, not just like a cutscene and some QTEs like in some most games you have nowadays.
Also, they made action RPG too.
Yeah,
I heard there were RPG elements.
Where you're getting new weapons that have better stats and stuff. You have a biological quad drone. It's called an Eagle.
Yeah.
And you can somehow mentally control that. I'd love to see how they're going to write that in.
Wasn't there a Ghost Recon game like that where you had a little drone that you sent above?
Yeah, that's got batteries and a remote
Eagle!
control. What did he do with this Eagle?
He bonded with that eagle, bro.
Far Cry Primal, I
Deep
think you had
bonding.
an hour.
Deep bonding.
The eagles.
And of course now you can jump off of your horse and shoot an arrow like Link.
And
like Ezio.
In slow-mo.
Yeah.
It's cool. Slow-mo.
I'll play it. I'll get it. I have almost all the Assassin's Creed games, so at the end of the day they're going to get my $60.
Which one don't you got?
Rogue.
I'm missing one somewhere. I just got to go look. It was when they did Part 2 had 3 games and Part 3 had 3 games or 2. One of those is missing. I got to go find it.
I believe the Assassin's Creed Origins for the edition with all the DLCs.
Wow.
Oh, wait, there was one with the Assassin's Creed. I didn't even think about that. Did anyone hear about the Uber Special Edition?
It's like $800.
$800.
You get 2 steelbooks, guys.
It does come with an exclusive audio track of the marketing team laughing at you for purchasing it.
No way.
It should.
In 4K?
4K laugh.
I thought maybe I was gonna get a hawk with
No,
it or
it's
something.
true.
And at the end of the laugh, they'll say,
You know,
we're going to work for EA.
But yeah, it's true. But then again, there was one other crazy release like that. How many years ago was it? The Resident Evil, where you're supposed to get a jacket or something for $600.
Wasn't that 5?
5 or
No,
600.
5 is like a big old bag. I
Wait.
think. Like a.
No, 5 you got chainsaw. Or no?
The chainsaw controller.
Yeah.
But still, $800. I don't know if that's real. I mean, it's been talked about at different places. IGN covered it. A few other people. So maybe there's some validity. But who in the hell is going to buy an $800?
People will.
Chris, why does this phone say you have it pre-ordered? Best Buy Buyers Club.
I was pointing at Chris. For me, the big thing on Ubisoft was a surprise for Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was a huge shocker.
Well, it was already rumored to be out there. I mean,
It was rumored, but
But it was good to
but
see.
see, this thing, is that just cutscene gameplay? What? I
Oh,
mean,
that
again,
that's that.
Oh, yeah, that's
still
in the
think-
game right there.
I still think
Look at that Fu Manchu.
they give you a cutscene and it's just like, look, that's all we got. This is really just a movie, guys. It's just a movie.
We were just messing with you.
I didn't even know that was Beyond Good and Evil. Like, all that cussing, and I'm like,
Exactly.
he's like, dude, it's gotta be. He's like, who has a talking pig with a Fu Manchu? I'm like, what? Like the
Like,
first
dude,
one. didn't
I'm like,
even
that's
have
Beyond Good and Evil.
The first one was easily
Duke.
PG.
Yeah.
I mean, I played it with my kids.
Yeah.
I'm scared now. I don't know if I'm going to keep playing it. But it went from like Disney to a Guy Ritchie film in one generation. I
Yeah.
think there was about 12 or 15 F-bombs in
Oh,
a
yeah.
one,
There was-
maybe 2-minute trailer. I don't even remember how long
There
it
was
ran.
3 in one sentence.
What about
Yeah.
the Japanese hooker next to him?
Oh yeah, she was like pulling on.
That's normal. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
The monkey was getting a space meth from this pig.
Space meth.
all right, what do you guys think about the Mario and Rabbids game?
I'm
What
unexpectedly
the hell?
intrigued. XCOM and
I want to know
Rabbids
that
and-
conversation that went down.
What was Miyamoto on?
I saw this one thing. It said like it showed Rayman. He's like, we have a pretty good fan base. Whatever. We have actually interesting characters. And Mario's like, no, I was talking to that guy. It's like a rabbit standing by.
Yeah.
And then he's on the street. He's like looking for a job.
I just thought the rabbits were done. But
If
No.
they use the
They're
motion
fun.
controllers for the Switch, I do have a Switch now. Thank you, Dan, if you're listening. You're amazing. I was gifted a Switch, and those motion controllers are the most sensitive. And I've played VR. I played in HTC even. They're more sensitive than that. They are on the money. Like, I did one with Zelda. I'm holding up my hands on a radio show. This is pointless. But if you've ever done one of those labyrinths with a marble, you had to get the marble through the thing, and I kept losing, thinking I was supposed to use the sticks until I just sat the controller in my hand and just moved it like a flat plate, and that worked. So it's incredibly sensitive. They have haptic
Cool.
feedback. So if Rabbids gets into that, because in the Wii they were all motion controller,
Yeah.
I think they'll have something on their hands.
Well, this is mostly kind of a.
It's Nintendo. It has to be innovative. You have to wear glasses upside down. They'll do it.
Yeah, Switch is going to be on our Christmas shortlist this year, so looks pretty awesome. So, what you think about Ubisoft?
I liked it. I didn't like how they like. There's maybe like a good 20 minutes about Steep, DLC for like what was it, the Olympics?
yeah,
It's like I didn't really care. Steep wasn't all that great of a game. I played it when it was like free for one weekend. I had maybe like a good fun of for 10 minutes, and then it was just really boring for the rest, and nobody played with it too. So, but yeah, Far Cry 5 that does look really cool. This the VR, the transference. I wanted to see what was that more about. Plus, like you want Elijah Wood, just like it's like, hey, what's up? I'm here. And Skull and Bones. It's a multiplayer like naval pirate game, and it reminds me just of every naval like style type thing in Assassin's Creed, like especially in Black Flag.
It's the same company.
Shh. But I was like, it looks pretty cool, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. The Skull and Bones, they've proved in Assassin's Creed that they can do pirate games.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly was wondering who was ripping it off because it looked identical.
Well, they
Exactly.
said they would actually. I saw a little article that said that Skull and Bones looked like an unofficial sequel to Black Flag.
Yeah.
I heard that.
I
I
love
thought it
Black
was a
Flag.
sequel.
That's fine by me. Black Flag should have been its own thing. It should have had 3 or 4 games like the other
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed ones got. So
Ezio. Yeah.
Seriously.
I still go back and play it, and I honestly have never finished whatever the name was of the one after it.
Unity.
Yep.
Mm.
Broken.
Not gonna play it.
Very broken.
What do you think of Ubisoft, Dane?
Well, only thing that really struck me, and I've gotten out of the Assassin's Creed since, let's say after Black Flag was the last one I really played. Looking forward to Origins. It seems like it's going to be a new, different take, and the fighting system looks way better. And I'm looking forward to it. And of course, any Far Cry fans out there, Far Cry 5 looks amazing.
I'm interested. I didn't like any of the other Far Cry games.
You like
Really?
Primal?
Or
I didn't
like
like Primal. I didn't like 3. I liked the first one. The first one I liked.
Really?
I liked the
3's
first
still my
one.
favorite.
Where
Yes.
you had the super crazy
Yeah.
jumping powers and
That
everything.
game was kind of goofy, but
I liked that game. I liked it.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them, I played them. I just never got far with them. But this one looks pretty damn good. What do you think, Chris?
Far Cry 5, first time it's actually a U.S. soul.
Yeah.
That too.
So,
True.
All the other ones have been in little third world countries or whatever, so it's going to be a different take, obviously. Of course, South Park, I loved the first game; it was awesome. But I'm a little concerned about the different mechanics. So
Yeah, because they had something good. Why screw with it?
It's like the Transference is actually that's the game that's created by Elijah Wood's, actually his production company.
Oh wow, really?
Elijah Wood actually created that game.
Sweet.
Of course, Assassin's Creed Origin. I mean, I'm not a huge. I haven't played Assassin's Creed since Assassin's Creed 2. So this one actually looks really good. It looks like they changed a lot of the mechanics on it and everything else. So looks like it's going to be a little more fluid. The Mario Rabbids one. I've never been. Rabbids is more of a party game, I guess. Yeah. So I've never really got into it too much. So.
See, I like the turn-based fighting style games. I like that. That's my favorite genre of game is turn-based fighting. I play Civilization like no tomorrow. I'm a huge Civ fan, so I'm kind of interested to see how they incorporated that. I can't remember the game, but back in the day on the original Nintendo, they had a soldier fighting game where you were these really cartoony soldiers and you would advance them to different points on a battlefield against another battlefield coming at you, and you guys would just walk towards each other and set up. I can't remember the name of the game. It haunts me to this day because I would love to play an emulator of
I'll
it.
tell you what, if you like the turn-based original Nintendo, Nobunaga's Ambition.
Yep.
In fact, I just got it from my Nintendo.
Did you?
I did.
Did you? That's sweet.
You're not referencing Military Madness with your other game?
I don't know. I can't think of it.
I'll get up with you after the show about that.
But yeah, Elijah Wood's company, Spectrovision, is the one that's actually doing the game.
That's cool.
Again, like you pointed out, Beyond Good and Evil 2, it's like a teaser. You don't, why show something like that? It's like, just say, hey, we got this game coming. We'll give you more later. No, we're just going to show you a cutscene. Could be a movie. Could be whatever. We don't know yet. So that's the one thing I don't like about some of the games they show. They always show you a cutscene. I don't want to see a cutscene. I want to see in-game stuff.
Right.
Because this cutscene they show now, you can go out and make a CG movie anytime, and there you go. There's your cutscene. The game will be out in about 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do they have definitive gameplay available for us to see?
Yeah,
is it there? But I believe it's supposed to be. Didn't they say 2018 for it?
19. There's no way it's gonna be 2018.
I think I heard 2019.
Yeah. 2019.
Yeah. So another one that no one mentioned, The Crew Part 2. Another racing.
Didn't really pick that up.
I really wasn't interested in the first one. I played the first one. It really wasn't that great, in my opinion.
So far, I do think I agree with Trent. I do think Ubisoft had some of the best showcasing so far.
Yeah.
They kept with the games. They kept a lot of original stuff, and so it looks good.
Yeah, I think overall Ubisoft is the winner of E3.
Yeah.
I think in my opinion, Ubisoft they knocked it out of the park with their presentation. I just enjoyed. It was, what was it, like 40 minutes? 42 minutes was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember
That was
exactly.
very well.
Short and sweet. The other
No,
two
I
were
don't.
about an hour and a half.
I don't think it was an hour and a half. I don't remember. I think it was right like 45 minutes or something.
It was
It was around there.
somewhere around there. That was just amazing. So let's move on to Sony. We'll let Dane start with Sony. So Dane's a Sony fanboy, so we'll let Dane.
Just because I got the tattoo with Sony on my body does not mean I'm a fanboy. It just means I'm dedicated.
It's a good thing you didn't get Kojima's tattoo on you. That would have been awkward.
But I love Kojima.
Right by your Sony emblem.
You don't want to know where his Kojima tattoo is.
Does it say "Welcome aboard"?
Actually, it's an exclamation point, and when I get
Solid as snake.
If you get that reference,
Good thing it's not. Good thing it's not Liquid Snake.
only when I pee.
And on that point,
I could say two things stuck out for me from Sony. Of course, God of War, but the main one that got me was Spider-Man.
there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Although everyone's going to say, but it has the Arkham fighting elements.
That was me who said that, by the way.
But
That's what I think.
But who started those fighting? That was actually Assassin's Creed that started the fighting style like that.
Free flow combat system.
Yeah, I just, to me, Spider-Man is putting Batman's game mechanics in a spider suit. So I mean, it's really nothing. It's really nothing special to me. I mean, you get free roam and stuff, which is great, but I mean, the fighting, I mean, all the way down to your head flashes just before you get hit, so you know to dodge. Yeah, just like your bat sense.
I will back up Spider-Man in one event. If the web swinging mechanic is similar to, if not the exact same from Spider-Man 2.
I knew you were going to say Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that was the only time I felt like I was swinging and using web instead of hitting
Actually, what about Ultimate Spider-Man?
Oh, well, Ultimate Spider-Man 2, I'll give you that. Yeah. Either one of those. If they get close to either one of those, then it's legit.
And if they have Bruce Campbell, I mean, like, come on, why not?
It's not Sam Raimi, man.
All right, what do you think of Sony, Trent?
I like the. It was pretty good. I wish there was like a few other games. Like I was expecting Bloodborne 2 or Last of Us 2, which they didn't have those, but I'm sure they'll be later this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to agree, Spider-Man was one of the better games of the presentation, probably the best. But what got me was the fact that this game kind of goes for, I guess, the like broad, like here's a whole horde, but like you feel like you're just like stuck in this whole horde, but this horde feels like a true like World War Z style. Like there's just piles and piles and piles of zombies.
Right.
In that sense, it kind of made me excited because you play Dying Light, like yeah, there's a lot of zombies on screen, but this one had like just an army of zombies. Like it really stuck out to me from other zombie games, including State of Decay 2. So that was good. Another one that really surprised me also was Monster Hunter World. I don't know if y'all seen that one.
Yeah, it was like the first or second thing they showed, I think.
Yeah. And that really struck me because usually they're like 3DS titles. I never actually played them, but they actually Call of Duty, World War II was there.
Which it's a multi-platform release. However, Sony again gets the exclusive timed
release stuff. Yeah.
Time release stuff.
What happened to Xbox?
As well as I believe Destiny, doesn't it?
Every
Destiny
2.
Destiny
we get
2
stuff
does
like
30 days.
months before you to a year.
You get 30. They get 30 days advanced time release.
Exclusive ship. That is good.
But really, whoop-de-doo.
I like my exclusive stuff.
You like your 30 days?
Yeah.
Yes. And my exclusive exotic. Oh, exotic.
I gotcha.
We're still on Sony, right?
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one that actually liked that.
Yeah, I was just going to go to you, Kent. So I was.
Hey, you guys have pretty much covered everything else, and I figured that would happen. We all watch the same thing. The only reason Detroit stuck out to me, other than the art style and everything else, is my wife's addicted to Grey's Anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden I thought I was watching Grey's Anatomy because it stars a guy from the show, and at first I was turned off by it. I was like, oh no. But just watching the trailer, it's got some depth, got some awesome graphics, of course.
Oh yeah.
And it should be interesting, like playing iRobot from this side of the robot, I guess.
Right.
So,
I mean, Will Smith.
Yeah. It just an intellectual property. It wasn't piggybanking off of something.
Yeah.
It was just its own thing and went for it. So my hat off to that. Go Detroit.
What'd you think, Brandon?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, everything here just pretty much been said. But see, I grew up with PlayStation 2, and when I say I saw Crash Insane Trilogy, I was like stoked because I loved playing Crash Bandicoot when I was a kid. Just getting the Wampa fruit and all that. I played like almost every Crash game, even the bad ones. To be honest, I didn't enjoy them.
So all of them.
Yeah,
Racing.
hey. But I enjoyed those games as a kid, and I do. Days Gone does really stick out to me, and like Trent said, the zombies are just more like an element in the world, and you gotta face humans because like they're like the real enemy pretty much. You just gotta use zombies as another element to survive in that world. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I've never played any Marvel vs. Capcom game.
2. Played 2. Played Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Okay,
That's it.
but I've never played any of them. I don't know about this. I mean, it looks cool, but.
It was a cutscene.
Yeah. I mean, I do like how you could like play like the little bit of the story or whatever on PlayStation.
What made me mad, speaking of Marvel vs. Capcom, was the lack of X-Men characters or anything other than MCU characters, which is true, I guess, judging from the roster. So my point of view is either they're never going to have X-Men or they're going to be a big expansion. Like, ooh, X-Men expansion.
No.
Yeah.
Brought to you by EA.
Yeah. Well, it probably has to do with licensing agreements because
Sugar
X-Men, and Marvel doesn't own X-Men, so
Yeah, they don't have
Not
that.
anymore, but in the fighting genre he's speaking of, before they went to Marvel vs. Capcom, it started with Marvel versus the X-Men or Street Fighter versus, yeah. So Capcom still had it there, and that was all just nothing but X-Men and some Marvel characters, and then Street Fighter. So
times have changed.
they have.
You see, for me, Sony event was just stuff we already knew was coming, and their biggest showstopper is Shadows of Colossus, which is a remake of a game already.
Remake of a remake of a remake.
Yeah, so to me it was, I mean, I say Days Gone looks really good. It's an exclusive title that they have to push. I like it, but for the most part, it was
Of course, again, like you pointed out, Detroit Become Human looks pretty original. Actually really good on the console now. I still think it's kind of crappy that they're getting the timed content release first. Don't forget you got the Uncharted expansion coming out.
Lost Legacy.
Lost Legacy with my girl Claudia Black. I love her.
We gotta look at Bungie. Bungie and Microsoft had a bad divorce.
Yeah.
So, Bungie's, F it, that to Microsoft.
Yeah.
You just got to expect that.
Of course, one of the bigger titles that come out this year was Horizon Zero Dawn for PlayStation. They're getting their first DLC.
See, and like I told you, everybody I know that's played it don't like it.
I don't know. They'll talk to us.
I don't know what I use it.
You
I haven't
see,
played it.
it hit the
Really
robotic
pretty fun,
dinosaurs, and I love dinosaurs.
You have me at the
God of War, what Dane pointed out, looks good. And they hinted that last year. It's supposed to be. It seems like it's going more of a Norse mythology. Spider-Man, Insomniac. Of course, they've got a pretty good track record going.
Resistance,
Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, wait, that was them?
Clank. Yeah,
Really?
Ratchet
Oh
Clank.
wow,
Really good game. Did anyone ever catch the whole Miles Morales thing at the end?
Yeah. I looked at Trent and asked him.
So yeah, interesting. That's and you're right, man. It's little. They did announce, of course, they did showcase their VR, the Inpatient. I'm not really quite sure.
I'm not entirely sure, but I think the guys who did Until Dawn is another PS4 game.
Yes,
I think they're doing that VR.
Yeah.
I loved Until Dawn. That was an awesome game.
Of course, the great and wonderful Final Fantasy fishing game.
Monster of the Deep.
So again, it's more of a meh. I did like the Days Gone. You got to see some actual gameplay. It reminded me a lot of Last of Us. The whole stealthiness. You throw the bottles to distract the people and this and that.
This one's just
So it reminded me a lot of that.
And it had bloaters in it.
That big guy.
The big guy, it has bloaters just like a...
So yeah, it reminded me a lot of that. And it looks good. I mean, we saw the teaser last year at E3, where they're just shooting hordes of zombies. Now we actually got to see in-game footage. Again, still no release date. I think they predicted early 2018 for it. So that's one of the ones I'm actually looking forward to myself because we talked about Uncharted or not Uncharted, but the Last of Us and everything else.
Yeah.
How great that was. In fact, you borrowed it from me, but
Yep.
don't have to replay it yet.
Yep, I loved it. And they were both waiting patiently to see some news on it, and it never happened.
And that's another thing too. A little disappointed I didn't see Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Actually.
Especially with the trailer last
Yeah, that
year.
was really
Yeah.
really looking forward to it. So
That was gonna be like ending on it.
but again, like you said, I'm just kind of and the only thing I did like about Sony is someone didn't really come out and talk a lot. They just said, "Here's our games," and then
Yeah,
they only talked like twice.
yeah,
Just
just
like
right through it. I think their actual whole showcase was about 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
It was video.
Just
For
like-
Sony, for
Yeah.
a major company like that, that's pretty short.
It was just game.
Yeah, and then they pause like VR game, and it's like pause back to regular games.
Yeah, and they wouldn't even show some games. Some games they just threw up on the screen and just showed the title.
Yeah.
And it's like what?
While we're talking about VR, did y'all see that one VR side scroller?
Yeah, I was like, how are you gonna do a VR game with side scroller? Like, so I thought that was supposed to be from the first person perspective, like looking through their eyes in this world, but it's a side scroller. It's 2D. It's
It
like,
made no sense at all.
that kind of go.
Innovative.
The VR is still stereoscopic 3D, so imagine a 2D platformer. Virtual Boy did this back in the day with Wario World, where
That
you
didn't
have
last
background, foreground elements, but with this and being able to move your head, it might actually work. So we'll have to wait and see.
Let's move on to Ken's thoughts on Nintendo.
Well, I'm in the middle of being converted. Originally, I thought Nintendo was like Xbox and Sony, just brought the weak sauce. Wasn't really showing us anything new or great. And then now I'm a Switch owner, so I kind of have to be a little bit of a fanboy. I don't know. I don't think it was a solid show for them. I know I've gotten a lot of disagreements from people on this. Just a couple of highlights. I have the Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's a fantastic game.
Which is available on Wii U.
Yep. My question, why does it need DLC? Why does a Zelda game need... It's time to stop. Mario. Mario's got a new game basically following along the same 3D elements. This one's going to center around his hat and him taking over people. So it's more like Stalker Mario. It does look good. It does look solid. I'm afraid it's going to fall flat on its face, even though it's time and tested. Nobody remembers Sonic Adventures, where they took cute, lovable Sonic and put him in a regular world, like with cities and cars and regular human beings.
06.
Yeah, they've done the same thing with Mario now. Everybody looks like a regular, two-legged, two-armed, 6-foot person, and Mario's this, 2-foot demon running around looking crazy.
And possessing people.
Possessing people,
See, I'm just waiting for that to happen and the Ghostbusters just come out and
Just zap them?
Just zap them.
There's a
I'll have to wait. I'll have to end up getting it when it comes out and see. The only thing that really looked new original for Nintendo, and they showed it briefly because it came out just 2-3 days ago, was that, what is it, ARMS?
Arms.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Basically a punching game that's going to utilize the motion controllers, and I think we'll have a lot of success with that.
Yeah, that game looked fun.
But yeah, across the board on Nintendo, a lot of disappointment. Sure, they try to hook you in saying, hey, there's old stuff you like, it's coming back. There was a 2-minute video that literally just showed me the number 4. And then they said Metroid.
Uh-huh.
That was it. Not a gameplay, just the number 4, and some random sound effects that didn't even really sound that Metroid-y.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where the Switch will go, being an owner now. But other than that, I was displeased with Nintendo's show.
All right, Dane, what do you think of Nintendo?
He said it for me.
He said it for you. We'll go to Trent. What do you think, Trent?
They had Mario.
Ed Mario.
Spoken like a true consumer.
In 4K.
All right.
No, not 4K.
No, Nintendo is actually not 4K.
Okay, not a lot of people want to talk about Nintendo. Brandon, do you want to talk about Nintendo?
I don't think anybody really does, but I mean, like...
I want to talk about Nintendo.
So,
Mario pops
There's
around the corner.
maybe... I want to see the Sonic Forces, because that actually looked pretty cool. I mean, because when's the last time anybody's played a good Sonic game?
Sonic 2.
Like the
Sonic and Knuckles.
Genesis collection on GameCube. I played the crap out of that when I was a kid.
I played originally when I was on Sega.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sonic 2.
Well, I'm not as old as you. Okay. But
You can play it on Sega.
I saw Yoshi. Like you got Yoshi and Kirby. That's just one name. Just Yoshi and Kirby. I mean, Yoshi looks like a Little Big Planet for Nintendo. That's what it looked like to me. And then Kirby, I was like, okay.
No, there hasn't been a Kirby game
In a while.
quite a while.
I haven't played a Kirby game since.
If you've ever
Game
played
Boy.
actually the original Kirby game, it's actually really fun.
Yeah,
They do have a Kirby game for the Wii U, by the way.
they do.
It sucks balls.
That's a yarn.
It's a yarn ball. You draw a line and you have to spin your Kirby across them. You have to
I
keep,
know what you're
keep
talking
drawing. My kids own it. It is the stupidest game I've ever seen in my entire life.
So there hasn't been a Kirby game in a while. And,
For me, Nintendo, you got what, Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
Yeah, that looked interesting.
That game looked badass.
Well, it's a good series.
Yeah, some mechs. And
Yeah.
I never played them, but it looked pretty cool.
Big
Oh.
Rocket League coming to the Switch.
That looks.
Cross-platform.
Cross-platform.
That's gonna be
It's going to
real
be
good,
the
I
first cross-platform game
Yeah.
between two consoles in history. I mean, it's
And
developing
PC.
us into a future of gaming here. This is exciting news. I mean, I'll be able to play on my Xbox Live against Kent on his Switch. But you won't because you're a Sony and they refuse to be part of that.
We don't like to team up with
Sony.
other people.
But actually, Sony, I'll get a little Sony. They did just release news yesterday that Sony is in negotiations with Microsoft about World War II being cross-platform play.
Ooh.
Wait, so what you're saying is if I'm on an Xbox and the 10-year-old is on the PlayStation, he's still going to tell me what he's doing to my mom over the chat
Yes.
cross-platform. That is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
Like
Exactly.
Xbox
I don't even.
does have too.
I don't even chat with them anymore.
No, I
I'm
don't
always
either.
in private chat when I play games.
You have to be.
Yeah.
You can tell by the lobby how it's going to be.
But then they have a Pokemon RPG game.
Oh, yeah, they announced that.
They announced a Pokemon RPG game. That's
Yeah.
going to be interesting for
And there's
me.
like a tournament fighter style type
Yeah,
Pokemon
Pocket
game.
Yep.
Tournament
Yeah,
DX.
Pocket
They've been
Tournament.
talking about that one for a while, though.
Yeah.
Another Metroid game for the 3DS is coming out.
they redid Metroid 2
hmm
for the 3DS.
Yep.
I missed this.
Yep.
When you
Yeah.
say Metroid 2, you mean the original Game Boy,
Metroid
Yeah,
2.
the
Metroid
original.
Samus.
Yep.
Yeah.
but it won't be in 3D, will it?
It's on
For
the
the
3DS.
I know, but as of last year, almost every title coming out doesn't support 3D now.
Oh, really?
No,
I've
this
noticed
one
that.
is. No,
They even went to a flipbook 2DS,
you're right. He's right.
which is a DS.
Plus,
much.
also straining children's eyes and under the age of 10 and blah, 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 blah.
I'm hopeful. I didn't know about that one. That one makes me more excited than 4.
That one actually had game.
Well, what about you, Chris? Did I cover all the highlights?
Yeah, Fire Emblem Warriors.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, pretty much so. I'm kind of with Kent on the whole Metroid Prime thing. It's just like, oh my God, people keep hounding us here. Throw a 4 out in front of them and let them look at that. It's like, why? It's like just sitting there saying, okay, how about Halo? We'll just throw a Halo out there in front of everybody. They keep telling us.
In
Halo.
4K.
What's wrong with fucking Halo, man?
I'm just saying.
Guess who has a Halo tattoo?
How excited would you have been if a 6 popped up and then Halo came behind it?
And it said now in development.
I would have been humping your leg.
I'm just saying. But then that's it. That's all you got.
Halo fans would probably still be.
You see what I'm
Metroid
saying?
fans want substance. Halo fans want numbers.
But
Whoa,
that's what I'm saying.
whoa.
It's just like why even. Why even do that? Why not wait till PAX or something? Or why
Continue
wait
to
till-
fight, man.
What's Japan's thing at the end of the year?
Oh, Tokyo Game
The
Show.
Tokyo Game Show.
Game
Why not
Show.
wait till the Tokyo Game Show to announce something?
Because
You know what I'm
Japanese
saying?
people don't play it.
It's just why just here. It just makes no sense to me.
Well, I bet you the Tokyo Game Show will get Metroid footage, most
Concept
likely. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let's just talk about it. We're excited to bring this to you.
This here's
Again,
a
a lot
picture
of
of
some of the
Samus
stuff. Rocket League, Zelda, the Breath of the Wild DLC, the Mario Odyssey, all these coming out at the end of the year. Everything else next year. So you got 4 or 5 games this year, 20 next year. So everything I've seen so far is just like 4 or 5 games this year, 20 next year.
Yep.
And then next year comes around, it's like, okay, we're gonna put these out next year. It's just, it's like a forever ending loop. It's just like, yeah, well, here's a little extra for you, but we're gonna not come out till next year.
Yep, I agree. I wanted to finish it off with Activision, but we've talked about Activision.
There are 3 games.
Destiny 2, Call of Duty, World War II.
Crash.
What?
I have a surprise contender from the wings, sir.
Where's that?
It's not technically E3. It released a YouTube video on the heels of E3. Atari's back.
Oh yes.
Atari box. They're back, but they didn't hire somebody for naming.
After 20 years.
Well, actually, yeah, a little bit longer. The last console they made was in 1993. The Jaguar.
Oh, the Jaguar.
Yep.
But we don't know if this is going to be a classic system or a
reboot box kind of thing, like the Mini.
Or they're going to be.
Which they're releasing the Sega. Re-releasing the Sega.
Right, they're re-releasing the Sega.
So they're supposed to have 80 games on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The CEO of Atari has been very non-specific, but all he would mention was that it was using current up-to-date PC technology, much like the contending systems. Now, he could mean Raspberry Pi and just being a complete dick.
He could be talking about ROMs, too.
Exactly, and I'm hoping he's not, but it's something to keep your eyes on. You can sign up and check it out, and there'll be info later in the year.
I was actually disappointed, and they announced this before the show even came out, is no Death Stranding.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we saw the big thing last year, then we saw the actual extended trailer, and that's like, yeah, we're not going to be there this year, sorry.
And in the Hideo, did you watch the interview with Hideo?
I didn't see the interview.
Did he even bring it up?
Really? So it makes me wonder if there's some sort of development issues, or what I'm saying?
It's Norman Reedus, man. He wants that. Never mind.
I
already said
Mads
that.
Mikkelsen's also there too.
If it doesn't work out, that would mean every title that Norman Reedus has been in, he's worked on, disappeared.
Could be.
It's funny.
What? Just real quick around.
That's this year. This year. Spider-Man coming out this year?
No.
I guess the only thing. No, that's not this year. I know that's not this year. I guess the only really thing I'm looking forward to this year is Evil Within 2. Hey!
Kent?
If I have to drop it to one,
Switch.
I'm going to go with one we didn't cover the last night. Check it out. It's on an Xbox.
Kent? Or Trent? Trent, Kent?
Brandon, you can go ahead. Still
Processing.
Still processing.
Processing. I compute.
Go ahead, Brandon. No, we didn't mention Shadow of War.
I love Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
And
I enjoyed the
looks
first game.
pretty
It's just
sweet,
it
too.
wasn't very
Those look
much.
good. They had the extended gameplay trailer on it too.
Yep.
Yes, they did.
Kind of feels like they stole Batman's fight mechanic, though.
That's exactly
I'll
what
let
they did.
Trent keep thinking, and I'll say there's not a game I'm looking forward to that comes out this year.
What about your kids?
Wow, I mean, my kids would be
Bill
excited
Bessie.
about any game. But yeah, there's not one that I'm interested in. What?
Battlefront 2?
No.
Oh.
I'll get it, but
Well, Xbox already has their killer app. See, they had Minecraft. They decided 4K Minecraft was the future. But no, in all seriousness, probably Assassin's Creed Origins, I guess.
Is that this year?
Yeah, October.
Okay.
Backwards compatibility with the Xbox.
oh yeah, there you go.
It's like playing a new game all over.
I'm going to get you a Walker and some applesauce.
So basically, we're gonna give some shit away now.
We are.
Woo!
We're giving away 2 shirts and a hat.
And a hat.
All you have to do is like and share us. You can like us and share us on Facebook, Google+, Instagram, Stitcher,
iHeartRadio,
iTunes. What else we got?
YouTube?
Twitter,
YouTube.
Well, you can't share. Oh yeah, you can share YouTube. All you gotta do is share us on any one of those platforms, and I will find your name, and you will get entered into a random computer simulation that will
And our website.
that will qualify you to win one of these great prizes. But in order to do so, you have to comment on us who said the F word in this show.
Who didn't?
Good question.
Only one F word was said.
No, there wasn't.
I know he's done.
I
Like
threw-
2, 3.
Don't
Really?
say-
Yeah.
He snuck him right by
Okay. Who said the F word between me and Chris?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
There you
Wowzer.
go. There you go. We'll keep that.
Where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo?
We'll keep that to tidbit.
Yeah.
But
We thank everybody for being here today. Again, the shirts you will be winning are exclusive shirts. There's only 10 of them made, and 6 of them. Wait, how many?
8.
8 of them made.
8 of them are taken.
8 of them are taken. There's only 10 shirts in existence on this. 8 of them are taken. So if you get this shirt, it will be an exclusive shirt that no more will ever be made until our next anniversary.
Can you sign mine?
But they won't be the same because it'll be another year.
That's right.
New design.
They'll be red and neat.
What?
We actually forgot one game,
What's that?
and it will kill Minecraft in 4K.
God.
That's Knack 2.
Shut up.
Knack 2 is a thing. I forgot.
Oh, totally forgot about that too.
Yeah. It actually might even contend with Super Mario Odyssey for best platformer of the year.
I mean,
Do you want to die?
Yeah, I'm gonna get killed.
But
you wanted to end the show on that?
Why
no.
not, man?
But thank you everyone for being with us,
And
staying
listening
with us
to
all
us.
year,
Yeah.
and we hope we have at least a few more years to come.
Our next big goal, I think, should be episode 100.
That's good. We're working on it. I think the last one I posted was 22, 23 of season 2.
Yeah.
So we're
Well,
I think
we have to be
about-
at 50 something because
Yeah.
there's only 52 weeks to a year. We put out every week, so
give
we're
or
around
take,
50.
We take a few weeks off.
So our next, I think,
For
big
all
goal will
this.
be episode 100. You know, most podcasts fail before episode 100.
Well, ours is still going somewhat.
Ours is going pretty good. And
We are, and we appreciate everyone for listening and sharing and liking our pages and everything else, and putting up with us and the people we bring on board.
that's right.
And we got a lot of things to come. We got some new equipment we're testing out. Maybe some.
I just got to get my lazy ass to do it. I know.
Maybe some cons coming up and stuff like that. So we'll be doing some broadcasting there, and we always, we talk about this stuff, but we actually it's coming to fruition.
It's a lifestyle. But I am out.
I am out too. Thank you.